Have you ever watched a fashion show and thought, that looks stunning, but could I really wear it at my age? The truth is that after 50, style doesn't become less relevant, it becomes more powerful. This stage of life is not about fading into the background. It is the perfect time to dress with confidence, intention, and sophistication. Fall 2025 is full of new trends, but the real story is how these ideas can be translated into everyday wardrobes for women who want elegance without effort. Runway looks may seem dramatic, yet with the right approach, they transform into outfits that highlight your best features and elevate your presence. The goal isn't to chase youth, it's to celebrate maturity with grace and strength. In this video, I will walk you through the most important fashion trends of the season, and more importantly, show you how to adapt them to your lifestyle. You won't need to replace your entire wardrobe. With a few smart choices and thoughtful combinations, these trends can become tools to express who you are today, confident, sophisticated, and entirely yourself. By the end, you will see that fashion after 50 is not about limitations. It is about possibilities, and the joy of discovering that the right clothes can make you look and feel more radiant than ever. Western-style modern denim and suede. Western fashion is making a strong return for fall 2025. Denim on denim, classic shirts, and supple suede jackets are dominating store windows and runways. For women over 50, the question is not whether this style is too young, but how to interpret it with elegance and maturity. The key lies in refinement. Instead of going head-to-toe cowboy with fringe jackets and oversized boots, choose pieces that bring structure and sophistication. Dark-wash denim in a straight-leg cut is universally flattering, creating clean lines without clinging to the body. A crisp white shirt layered under a tailored blazer instantly elevates the look, while a silk scarf in warm autumn tones softens it with a touch of femininity. I worked with a client, age 55, who felt jeans no longer belonged in her professional wardrobe. She worried denim would make her look as though she was trying to hold on to her 20s. We built an outfit around a navy jean, a sharp white blouse, and a Mocha silk scarf. The transformation was immediate. She told me later that her colleagues complimented her all day, not because she looked younger, but because she looked confident, polished, and completely herself. I experienced a similar moment personally. For a class reunion, I paired deep indigo jeans with a caramel suede jacket and ankle boots. What surprised me wasn't just the compliments, but the sense of ease I felt. The outfit struck the perfect balance of casual and refined, proving that Western style, when adapted thoughtfully, can be ageless. The numbers support this. An ARP survey in 2023 found that 64% of American women over 50 wear denim at least once a week. Denim is not a trend reserved for the young, it is a wardrobe constant. The challenge is in styling it to reflect sophistication rather than nostalgia. Ask yourself, how many pairs of jeans in your closet truly make you feel powerful when you put them on? Do you automatically pair them with sneakers and a t-shirt? Or have you experimented with a structured blazer, a suede boot, or a statement scarf? Small changes in styling turn a casual fabric into an expression of authority and grace. Western elements also appeal for their practicality. Denim and suede are durable investments, not one-season novelties. A pair of well-cut jeans or a tailored suede jacket can serve you for 5 to 7 years, carrying you from workdays to weekends with ease. For women who want fewer, better pieces in their wardrobe, this is an intelligent choice. And just as denim brings structure, color can bring warmth. Dark blue pairs beautifully with the rich mocha browns that define this fall's palette. As we move into the next major trend of the season, we will explore why brown, softer than black, richer than beige, has become the new cornerstone of modern elegance for women over 50. Mocha brown, the sophisticated alternative to black. Pantone's official color for 2025, Mocha Mousse, has confirmed what we have all been sensing. Brown is no longer background. It is the new foundation of elegance, softer than black but infinitely more interesting than beige. Across the runways and high street stores, deep chocolate, warm caramel, and muted mocha shades are replacing the head-to-toe black that once dominated autumn wardrobes. Why does this matter for women over 50? Because black, while chic, often drains the complexion. You may have noticed this yourself. A black turtleneck that looked sharp at 30 suddenly makes your skin look tired or shadows appear harsher at 60. Brown, by contrast, adds warmth and radiance. It reflects light differently, softening fine lines and flattering a wide range of skin tones. Oprah Winfrey has long understood this principle. She often reaches for caramel-toned coats and mocha suits. The effect is powerful yet approachable. She commands attention without looking severe. Think about your own wardrobe. When was the last time you reached for a brown blazer instead of the default black one? Did it make you feel softer, more open, yet still put together? I learned this lesson personally at 52. I had always considered black my safety net for evening events. One night, almost by accident, I chose a mocha wrap dress. The compliments were strikingly different. Instead of "that's a nice dress," people said, "you look radiant." The dress was not remarkable on its own, the color made the difference. It was a turning point that changed the way I shop. Numbers reinforce this shift. A 2024 color trend survey by WGSN reported that searches for brown coat increased 38% year-over-year among women aged 45-65. In the U.S., retail analysts note that this age group is leading the adoption of earth tones, precisely because they deliver polish without harshness. Brown is not just a trend, it's becoming a practical staple for mature wardrobes. So how do you wear it? Start with accessories. A mocha leather tote pairs effortlessly with denim, a pencil skirt, or tailored trousers. Shoes in deep chocolate are just as versatile as black pumps, but they feel fresh. For outerwear, a camel or mocha coat instantly brightens the face in a way black rarely can. And don't underestimate layering different browns. Caramel with espresso, mocha with taupe. The tonal mix creates richness that flat monochrome black can't achieve. Let me ask you, do you rely on black as your go-to color because it feels safe? Would you be willing to swap even one staple, say, a handbag or blazer, for a mocha or caramel version this fall? You may be surprised how much lighter and more confident you look. Brown also lends itself beautifully to texture. Suede, leather, and cashmere all shine in mocha tones, adding depth and tactile appeal. For women who prioritize longevity, these materials ensure that your investment lasts well beyond one season. And here's the beauty of this trend. Brown acts as a bridge. It harmonizes perfectly with the Western denim we just explored, and it also sets the stage for more romantic textures like lace and ruffles, which are coming next. In other words, mocha brown isn't just a color, it's the thread that ties your fall wardrobe together. Lace and ruffles, elegance without excess. Lace and ruffles return every few seasons, but fall 2025 treats them with new sophistication. Instead of sugary over-the-top frills, designers are reimagining these details in a way that feels romantic yet structured. We're seeing high-neck lace blouses with subtle panels, sheer sleeves balanced by lined bodices, and ruffles placed thoughtfully along cuffs or shoulders, rather than cascading across the entire silhouette. For women over 50, this is a gift. Lace can feel intimidating, too sheer, too fragile, or too reminiscent of bridal wear. Ruffles can easily drift into overly girlish. The secret is moderation. A blouse with a lace insert at the neckline, lined everywhere else, whispers elegance without feeling exposed. A single ruffle at the wrist adds movement without overwhelming the frame. The goal is not to look younger, but to look refined. Helen Mirren mastered this balance when she wore a white lace blouse under a black suit. The lace softened the tailoring, creating a look that was powerful yet feminine. It's proof that lace isn't reserved for romantic gowns. It can sharpen a modern wardrobe when paired with structured pieces. I experienced something similar myself. At 54, I hesitated to try a blouse with a ruffled collar, fearing it would look costume-like. But worn under a tailored navy blazer, it was transformative. The collar peeked out just enough to frame my face, drawing compliments not about the blouse itself, but about how alive and confident I appeared. Have you ever noticed how the right neckline can lift your features more effectively than any makeup trick? Data shows this isn't just perception. According to Edited's 2024 Retail Trend Report, sales of lace blouses among women aged 45-65 grew by 22% over the past 2 years, with ruffled accents accounting for nearly one-third of those purchases. Clearly, women in our demographic are embracing these details when styled with subtlety. Ask yourself, do you dismiss lace because it feels too revealing? Or ruffles because they remind you of clothing you wore decades ago? What if you tried them in a restrained form, lace trim on a sleeve, a ruffled edge on a scarf, or even a lace panel under a blazer? Sometimes it only takes one detail to shift an entire outfit from ordinary to extraordinary. The beauty of lace and ruffles is their versatility. They can soften strong tailoring, elevate simple denim, or add texture to monotone outfits. Pairing lace with suede or denim makes it casual. Combining ruffles with wool or silk keeps it sophisticated. The contrast is what makes them modern. And here's what keeps this trend fresh for fall 2025. Volume. Instead of delicate ruffles that disappear, designers are experimenting with slightly oversized cuffs or collars, echoing the dramatic silhouettes of the season. When balanced with clean lines elsewhere, these details act like statement jewelry built into the garment itself. For women who already have strong staples in their closet, tailored trousers, simple blazers, sheath dresses, lace and ruffles are not replacements but enhancements. They add dimension to the pieces you already own. Which leads us naturally to the next evolution of fall fashion: powerful silhouettes. Once you understand how lace and ruffles soften a look, it's easy to see why designers are also leaning into the opposite direction. Structured shoulders, nipped waists, and the bold confidence of 1980s tailoring. Suit 80s and strong silhouettes, a statement of confidence. Fall 2025 is reclaiming one of the most iconic fashion messages of the last century: power dressing. On the runways, blazers with sculpted shoulders, nipped waists, and coordinated skirt or trouser suits are back. But this isn't a costume revival. Today's interpretation is sharper, cleaner, and infinitely more wearable, especially for women over 50 who understand that style is as much about presence as it is about fabric. Why does this silhouette matter so much? Because structure gives authority. A well-tailored blazer doesn't just fit, it shapes the way others perceive you. Research from the Journal of Experimental Psychology found that people wearing structured professional clothing were rated as more competent and authoritative in workplace studies. For women in midlife and beyond, this can be a subtle but powerful tool, an outfit that communicates confidence before you even speak. I think of a client of mine, a 60-year-old executive who never enters the office without a tailored blazer. Her colleagues call her the queen of confidence. She doesn't chase every trend, but her suits are always immaculate. A dark wool jacket with subtle shoulder padding, a silk blouse, and a statement belt to cinch the waist. The effect is commanding but not harsh, precisely what modern power dressing should be. I had my own turning point with this silhouette at 56. I was scheduled to speak at a professional event and nearly defaulted to a simple dress. Instead, I chose a slate gray suit with a blazer cut close to the waist and understated shoulder pads. The change in my posture was immediate. I stood taller, spoke clearer, and felt more in control. Later, a colleague told me, "I didn't just hear your presentation, I saw your presence." That's the silent power of tailoring. Now let me ask you, how do you feel when you wear a blazer? Do you sense a shift in posture in the way people respond to you? Or do you avoid suits altogether because they feel too rigid or too masculine? If it's the latter, perhaps the key is in fabric choice. Wool blends with stretch, softer linings, and a properly placed belt can turn what once felt restrictive into something liberating. Statistics back this up. A 2024 Mintel survey showed that 48% of women aged 50-65 purchased at least one tailored blazer in the past 2 years, with nearly half citing professional confidence as the reason. The demand is so strong that retailers have expanded suit offerings in extended sizes and softer fabrics, recognizing that structure without comfort no longer appeals to modern women. Styling is where the magic happens. Instead of stiff, boxy cuts of the 1980, today's suits invite personal expression. Pair a strong-shouldered blazer with wide-leg trousers for drama, or with a pencil skirt for sophistication. Add a belt to emphasize the waistline. Oversized if you want bold contrast, slim if you prefer subtlety. Even mixing textures, wool with silk, leather with crepe, can soften the severity and create a look that's striking yet wearable. For women who already own blazers, this season is less about buying something new and more about rethinking what you have. Could that older jacket come alive again with a stronger belt? Could a trip to the tailor give it sharper shoulders or a closer waistline? Sometimes the difference between dated and current lies in a 2-inch adjustment. What excites me most about this silhouette is its ability to balance with other trends. A power suit pairs beautifully with the soft, oversized bags we'll discuss next. The contrast between sharp tailoring and relaxed accessories creates harmony that feels both modern and approachable. Draping and cape elegance in every step. Few trends capture effortless drama like draping and capes. Fall 2025 brings a resurgence of cape coats, wrap silhouettes, and oversized scarves styled with intention. Unlike the stiff overcoats of decades past, these pieces move with the body, creating flow and presence. When a garment trails slightly behind you or sways as you walk, it adds theater to the everyday. An effect particularly powerful for women in their 50s and beyond, who often appreciate sophistication that doesn't scream for attention but commands it naturally. The beauty of this trend is its accessibility. You don't need to invest in an avant-garde cape to participate. A long-line coat styled with a generous silk or cashmere scarf achieves the same layered elegance. Drape the scarf over one shoulder, secure it with a brooch, or let it fall freely. The styling possibilities are endless. The goal is to frame the body, elongating the silhouette while softening sharp lines. I recall a client, age 63, who attended a class reunion in a cream cape paired with a mocha-toned scarf. She told me afterward that she felt taller, slimmer, and more noticed than she had in years. People didn't just compliment her outfit. They asked if she had lost weight or discovered a new confidence. That's the magic of draping. It reshapes perception without requiring a change in the body itself. I learned that lesson personally at 57. At a winter wedding, I chose a charcoal cape coat instead of a traditional blazer. The movement of the cape as I walked into the room drew eyes in a way I had never experienced in a simple suit. Strangers approached to ask where I found it. What struck me most was not the garment itself, but how wearing it altered my own posture. I carried myself differently, as though the garment insisted on poise. Let me ask you, do you rely on the same heavy overcoat every winter? How would it feel to replace that weight with something that floats, that catches light and air as you move? Have you tried styling your scarves beyond looping them around the neck, perhaps letting them drape dramatically over one side or layering two textures together? The numbers reveal that women are embracing these options. According to a 2024 Vogue business report, sales of cape-style outerwear rose 28% globally compared to the previous year, with the highest growth among women over 50. Retailers cite the balance of comfort and drama as the main reason. Capes provide coverage without constriction, warmth without heaviness. There's also a practical dimension. For women who dislike fitted sleeves or structured shoulders, a cape offers freedom of movement. For those conscious of midsection or hip curves, draped layers skim rather than cling, providing confidence without compromise. And when crafted from high-quality wool or cashmere, a cape becomes a long-term investment piece, one that remains relevant season after season. The secret to keeping this trend modern is restraint. Avoid overwhelming prints or too many layers at once. Instead, focus on tonal harmony. A beige cape with a mocha scarf, a deep navy wrap layered over a monochrome outfit. Accessories like brooches or belts can add structure when needed, ensuring the look reads as intentional rather than haphazard. Peplum and pencil skirt the beauty of mature curves. Some trends resurface because they never truly lose their charm. The peplum top and the pencil skirt are making a refined comeback this fall, and together they create one of the most flattering silhouettes for women in midlife. The peplum cinches the waist and gently flares over the hips, while the pencil skirt glides along the body, skimming rather than clinging. The result is a shape that highlights curves with dignity and confidence. I once styled a 58-year-old client who had avoided fitted clothing for years. She believed loose tunics were her only option for hiding a soft midsection. When I suggested a peplum blouse with a knee-length pencil skirt, she hesitated but agreed to try. The moment she looked in the mirror, her eyes widened. The peplum disguised her stomach while the skirt elongated her frame. The next day she emailed me. My coworkers said I looked 10 years younger. What changed wasn't her body, but the way her clothes reshaped the eye. I know the feeling personally. At 55, I slipped into a tailored pencil skirt after years of relying on wide-leg trousers. The subtle hug at the hips, combined with a structured top, didn't make me feel restricted, it made me feel sculpted. It reminded me that embracing shape, not hiding it, can be far more empowering. Have you noticed how certain outfits seem to carry you differently, almost as if they lend you a new kind of posture? The numbers support this renewed interest. According to a 2024 Euromonitor report, sales of peplum-inspired jackets and blouses rose 19% in North America, with the strongest growth among women aged 50 and above. Pencil skirts, once dismissed as dated, saw a 14% increase, largely due to designers reintroducing them in stretch fabrics and longer hemlines, making them more comfortable for everyday wear. Clearly, women in our demographic are not shying away from shape, they are redefining it on their own terms. Let me ask you, do you avoid skirts because you think they'll feel too tight, or tops that emphasize the waist because you don't believe you have one? What if the right tailoring could create the illusion for you? What if a single garment could restore that hourglass proportion without discomfort? These are the small risks worth taking because the rewards, confidence, compliments, renewed joy in dressing are immediate. Styling makes all the difference. Choose a peplum in a structured fabric like crepe or pot knit so it holds its flair. Pair it with a pencil skirt that hits just below the knee to lengthen the leg line. Shoes matter too. Pointed toe pumps elongate, while ankle boots add modern edge. For women concerned about comfort, today's pencil skirts often come with stretch panels or hidden slits, allowing freedom of movement without sacrificing polish. One of the advantages of this pairing is its versatility. The same peplum and pencil skirt can move seamlessly from office meetings to evening dinners with a simple swap of accessories. Add a statement necklace for drama or a cropped jacket for sophistication. Unlike fleeting trends, this combination is a timeless formula that adapts to the rhythm of your life. And here's where it connects beautifully to the broader narrative of fall 2025. After embracing the sculpted femininity of the peplum and pencil skirt, fashion pivots towards something less polished but equally compelling: the undone elegance of layering and the so-called high-fashion frump. It's a reminder that style is not about rigid rules, but about balance, knowing when to shape and when to let go. Layering high-fashion frump, authentic style with ease. Not every trend this season is about polish and precision. One of the most surprising directions for fall 2025 is what Vogue has nicknamed high-fashion frump. At first glance, the term sounds unflattering, but the essence is liberating. Styling that feels a little undone, mixing textures and eras, layering scarves and knitwear, even borrowing from menswear or vintage closets. It's about looking as though you dressed for yourself, not for approval, and yet the result is unexpectedly chic. For women over 50, this trend carries a special resonance. After decades of following dress codes and external expectations, the idea of clothing as self-expression feels refreshing. Imagine layering a cashmere sweater under a vintage blazer, finishing with a wide leather belt to anchor the look. It signals confidence. I'm not trying to look 25. I'm dressing the way I want to live now. One of my clients, age 61, mastered this instinctively. She wore an oversized wool coat, cinched casually with a wide belt over cropped trousers and boots. The look was unstructured but commanding. At her book club, friends said she looked powerful and free, two qualities rarely associated with traditional fashion rules. I've had my own discovery moments. At 56, I combined a chunky cardigan from the 1990s with a sleek silk skirt I had recently purchased. On paper, it made little sense. In reality, the textures played beautifully together, and the outfit felt honest, part memory, part modernity. Have you ever reached for something old from your closet and realized it suddenly feels new when paired with the right piece? Statistics show this approach is not a fringe idea. A 2024 report from ThredUp, the second-hand clothing platform, noted a 27% increase in women over 50 purchasing vintage blazers, scarves, and knitwear. The driving reason wasn't nostalgia, it was individuality. Unlike fast fashion, layering vintage with contemporary staples allows women to create looks that no one else has. Ask yourself, are you clinging to matchy-matchy sets because they feel safe? Or could you experiment with layering a long scarf over a blazer, a sweater tied at the shoulders, even mixing two different knits? Sometimes imperfection is exactly what makes an outfit memorable. This trend also encourages sustainability, which resonates strongly with many women in our demographic. By reimagining pieces you already own or mixing in secondhand treasures, you reduce waste while crafting style that feels personal. It's not about appearing effortless, but about dressing in a way that reflects your real life with all its richness and layers. The risk, of course, is going too far into sloppy. That's why balance is key. If your knitwear is oversized, keep trousers slim. If your scarf is voluminous, keep the palette controlled. The aim is harmony, not chaos. Done right, high fashion front projects the message. I am comfortable in my skin and my clothes show it. And here's the beauty of progression this season. Once you've explored the freedom of layering and undone chic, you can swing back toward detail-oriented drama with trends like fringe and statement boots. Fashion in fall 2025 isn't about picking one uniform. It's about exploring contrasts, from relaxed layering to bold embellishment. Fringe and buccaneer boots playing with detail. Not every trend needs to dominate your outfit. Sometimes the smallest detail carries the most impact. Fall 2025 highlights fringe and buccaneer boots, two elements that bring movement, texture, and a dash of adventure to everyday dressing. The key, especially for women over 50, is knowing where to let these statements speak and where to exercise restraint. Fringe has a long history in fashion, from Western jackets to bohemian festival wear. This season, it's appearing on handbags, boots, and even subtle trims on knitwear. For mature style, less is more. Instead of a full fringe coat, consider a suede bag with a fringe tassel or ankle boots with a hint of movement. Those details add rhythm without overwhelming. One of my clients, age 57, wore simple black trousers, a cream sweater, and suede boots with just a whisper of fringe. At a concert, she received compliment after compliment, not about her boots specifically, but about how fresh and stylish she looked overall. Buccaneer boots bring their own drama. Slouchy, oversized, and sometimes folded at the top, they echo pirate-inspired silhouettes. The idea may sound extreme, but worn thoughtfully, they're surprisingly wearable. Mid-calf or knee-high versions in soft suede can look both daring and elegant. They pair beautifully with pencil skirts, leggings, or even under long coats. Personally, I tried a top pair at 56, expecting to feel theatrical. Instead, I felt energized, like I'd injected playfulness back into my wardrobe. Have you ever put on shoes so bold they changed your mood before you even left the house? Numbers suggest women our age are embracing these accents. According to List's 2024 trend report, searches for fringe accessories rose 31% among women aged 45 and older, while slouchy boots ranked among the top 5 fastest-growing footwear styles for fall. Clearly, this isn't a youth-only experiment. It's a detail-driven trend that women of all ages are enjoying. Let me ask you, when was the last time you allowed yourself a playful detail in your outfit? Something chosen purely for joy rather than practicality. Could it be a tassel, a swoosh of suede, or boots that make a quiet room notice your entrance? Fashion at this stage of life isn't about disappearing into safe neutrals. It's about adding sparks of individuality. Styling these pieces requires balance. If you wear boots with a strong slouch, keep the rest of the outfit streamlined. Think slim trousers or a simple dress. If you carry a fringe bag, let it be the statement and avoid competing details. The goal is intentionality, one playful element framed by clean lines. Fashion after 50 is not about chasing every trend. It is about knowing which elements speak to you and shaping them into your own signature. Trends come and go, but confidence, grace, and individuality never go out of style. If there are 3 lessons to take away from today, they are simple yet powerful. First, choose trends that make you feel confident. You never need to dress as though you are trying to be younger. Second, focus on fabric and fit. Quality materials and flattering silhouettes will always elevate your look more than a passing fad. And finally, remember that your presence, your confidence, your energy, that is the most valuable accessory you will ever wear. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope you leave feeling inspired to explore fashion as a celebration of who you are today. If you'd like to continue discovering ways to refine your style and embrace new trends with elegance, be sure to subscribe. I post regularly and I would love to have you back for the next video.